Okay, I am just setting up on milling around the valve guides. There's a cut there. Let me get the drawing here. And I'll show you. I'll show you what cut I'm talking about. You can see it. You can see it in this view right here. This cut right here. You can see it on here. The cut around the valve guide. The only other way of doing this that I can see would be a hollow mill, and I don't have any hollow mills to do that with, so I'm dialing it in, and I'm going to take an 1/8 inch cutter and generate that. That's the plan anyway. So I've got this one dialed in right here. I've got it on the 20-degree ramp up against the stop. I clocked off of the flats that we put on there with my 1, 2, 3 blocks, and I set it a 1/2 inch up. So let's get this indicator out of here. I don't know if I can go up. All right. Put the cutter in there. An 1/8 inch cutter in this holder. All right. Now, take our Z down a ways to set our height. Probably right about there. This is the air. I'm not gonna use the air blast. I'll probably use a coolant if I use anything. I've been messing with my coolant to get it to work. Here it was unplugged. I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't work. We just unplugged. All right, I'm just going to dry run it here, and I'll show you what it's going to do. Show you on my console or. Okay, right there. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to run the graphics. I'm going to draw it. Okay. When it sits there like that, that means I have an error somewhere in the program. Let's see. Edit unlocked. M30. Sometimes it doesn't like this M30. Are we calling out more than one tool here? Should be just tool 1. Tool 1. I don't know why I have a tool 1 in here. And I'm going to put an end in here. end. Oh, it's got an N in there and an M30. Get rid of the M30. Now rod. Now, like I say, sometimes it doesn't like that M30. Let's just put that M30 back in there once and see if M30, because M30 is end of program. Oh, it's working now. Well, I might have not liked T1 there because there was no call out, it was just T1. Let's try that, put that back in there once. I like to figure out why it was doing what it was doing, so that the next time I can spot it right away. So now I put the T1 back in there. Well, it's just had a little glitch that it didn't like somewhere. I don't know what. So we'll leave the M30 in there. All right, it draws fine. And I haven't got my Z, it's obviously too high. The Z is set up too high. But we're going to go ahead and just run it up above. I'm with my camera on my what do you call it, SLR camera, and you'll notice that the focus is kind of funky again. So here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and run that. And I'm going to zero out my Z right there where it's at. Everything is zero right above that now. Above that hole. Oop, let's stop. Turn my spindle on. Climb cutting around it, it's supposed to. 50 thou at a time. It goes 400 and some thou deep, it's supposed to. That's my setup part that's in there. We're at 260 thou deep right now. The only reason I bring it up is because I have overlap of where it feeds into that circle. So in order to get back over to that spot, I need to get up to the top and then come over and then come back down. Otherwise I could go down, down. Well, it looked okay. So we're at 1 inch above now, it's supposed to. And my set tool is not gonna fit in there. So I'm just going to get a scale and I'm just going to scale it. I'm just going to go like that and then rank it up. Should be 1 inch above that flat. approximately. I'm just going to stay shy of that, so that I know that I got to come up a little more. All right, get my safety glasses on in case things go flying. Hopefully not, but you never know. Here we go. Flood. Console. Now my coolant's not working. God darn it. Goes to 400 and some deep, where this is 358 here. .406 here. This is the last cut, 455, I think. Yep. All right. Let's take that out and see where we're at. Get the air hose over here. And the depth of that was supposed to be 437. Grab my calipers here, see if I can get down in there. Not real well. See if I can back up here and show you what I'm doing, trying to measure this. I gotta go sideways and I can't pick it up. So I'm about 30 thou from. So we're only about 300 and something. Trying to think of a good way of measuring that. See, then the fins get cut in beside that. I'm going to say 30 thou. So 30 thou would be 400. And we want to go to 437. So I'm going to say another 37 thousandths. So I'm just going to go ahead and load it again. And I'm going to crank it up 37 thou. And zero out my dial. 10, 20, 35, 36, 37. And then we'll rerun it. Here we go. I mixed up some clean coolant and put clean coolant in it last night. Then had a coolant change in a long time, and I use a little gallon can over on the side. I don't use the major reservoir, so I just got a gallon can that I cut the top out of, set the pump in it, and the return line goes into that can. Now when I did the spot faces on the top, I did not dial each one in, I just eyeballed it and plunged, so there is a little bit of a flange sticking up on top that I'll knock off with a file or once I get this done, we'll start on the fins on the top. Bring my air hose over here. I'm thinking it's okay. Can't stick a scale down in there. You know, the only thing I can do is stick the calipers down in the side. I don't have a narrow I'm going to call that good. And we'll go ahead and cut the other side. So all we should need to do is just turn it 180. This is actually for a spring to set in, your valve spring. That's what this cut is for. So if it's a little shallow or a little deeper, it'll just affect the spring. Oh, I can't just turn them. I have to leave it the same way because I don't have this on center. So I have to loosen it up and reclock it. Darn it. So, trying to remember exactly how I done that. That Allen wrench here, loosen it up, and I put the 500 thou block in the back. And then I'll just turn this and load on that flat against the 1, 2, 3 blocks. That should clock everything. If it doesn't, it should have. Not exactly sure where it shut off, but the camera shut off. I wish I could find a setting for that to turn it on to where it just continues to record, but it likes to record to a certain file size and then stop. Because I was going to do the master rod next, but I got to figure out how in the heck I'm going to try to get it close to what the drawing shows. I don't know. What I'm concerned about is throwing the balance of everything off. Although it's the same, each rod would be the same, whatever I have on the master rod would be the same weight, I think. So anyway, I think I'm gonna cut away here and just continue to do these, and come back when we're milling the tops down to the right height and starting the fins, and then I'll come back. But right now it's the same thing over and over and over, cutting a spring, basically cutting a spring pocket around the valve guide. So it shouldn't take me too long, and then we'll go back over to the conventional mill and cut the tops down. And I think I'm gonna cut the fins over on the conventional mill. I was gonna cut them over here by putting them in this block and turning them sideways and cut them down to where it's tangent to the, and then go tangent underneath, and then the one in the middle, well actually there's two in the middle. Anyway, I'm going to do them manually, and they wouldn't be cut this way, they'd be cut this way, like that. There's one on the outside and the rest are in the middle. And anyway, I will continue on by myself and I'll be back when we're back over on the conventional mill.